Caitlin Clark, once again on a roll making noise in the WNBA. She's been stuffing the stat sheet with multiple 20-point double-double games, breaking records again and again. Even though this is no relation, she's already a 90 overall in 2K. The woman has started off early, stamping her name as one of the best in the league, and even New York Times says she might be the greatest rookie guard of all time. So it's safe to say whatever rookie race anyone thinks is still going on, Caitlin Clark made sure to put that to rest. She's already recorded the most assists in a game for any WNBA player and most rookie assists in the season. And if she averages at least 7 assists for the rest of the season, she will have the most total assists by any player in a single season. Mal, this is your girl. I know you speak highly of Caitlin Clark, so my question to you is, after CC made it clear she is the rookie of the year, how successful do you think she is going to become in this league?
Yeah, so initially, I want to make myself very, very clear. And I want our viewers to please hear me out as I iterate these comments. If you haven't watched this video or heard my dialogue, don't even comment. Not only is Caitlin Clark the clear-cut rookie of the year, she should be receiving serious considerations for MVP. Now, is she going to win MVP? No, and she doesn't deserve to win MVP. I believe A'ja Wilson has that on lock. It isn't even really a debate who the MVP will be and who the best player in the league is. A'ja has been dominant all season long, and if we really want to keep it a bean, she may be entering GOAT talks if she's not already. Having said that, I want to transition my focus towards the MVP of the 2024 season. Now, what the hell is an MVP? MVP is an acronym, folks, and if I'm not mistaken, it means most valuable player. Now, if we're strictly talking basketball, Caitlin Clark is the MVP yet. But if we're talking about the WNBA, she is the most valuable player, and there isn't a close second. Ladies and gentlemen, why is women's basketball an ongoing trending topic? Why is the WNBA relevant for the first time in over 2 decades? No, it's not because of A'ja Wilson, although she's fantastic. No, it's not because of Kelsey Plum, who some people close to me are in awe of.
What do you mean by that?
No, it's not because of Diana Taurasi, who some people have proclaimed her to be the GOAT. It's not even due to Angel Reese, who has made statements earlier this year that women's basketball is not about one person, it's about me too. Sweetheart, I hate to break it to you, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is reality. It's because of one person, and it's okay. Caitlin Clark's impact can't even be put into words. Currently, there are so many eyes on this product, and it's a credit not just due to her marketability, but her sheer talent, her attitude, and results have made her greatness pretty much undeniable. And the WNBA at this point, they really just need to get on board because it's bringing more, she's generating more attention to other teams and other great players. I don't think that I've ever seen more on my YouTube algorithm, more about the Las Vegas Aces. They are a great team and they have great players on that team that deserve shine and recognition, and they're starting to get that a little bit more. But we've said this in previous videos. Go check out that Caitlin Clark has broken the WNBA, that the WNBA is not doing a good job of marketing this product. You have to realize that. Throw away that integrity of the game stuff. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares about that. The people that are watching these games, that are showing up to these games, they don't care about the integrity of the game. People want to be entertained. And I feel like the WNBA, along with, some other leagues, some other companies, they don't realize that in terms of basketball, it's essentially a kid's game. People want to be entertained. If people aren't feeling that they're entertained, they will turn your shit off and they will watch something else. Especially we get ramping up closer towards the NFL season. I've noticed that the WNBA, they're scheduling a lot of these key games on Sunday. What the hell are you doing? You can't compete with the NFL. So I think that there are a bunch of people within the WNBA that are managing operations that don't know what they're doing. And there are still a good amount of WNBA players that haven't gotten the message that Caitlin Clark is, first of all, she's not all hype. And second of all, she is going to carry you to financially, she's going to be putting a lot of money in you ladies' pockets. I saw something from Skylar Diggins that Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever were busting their ass, the Seattle Storm ass, and it was really getting embarrassing. Caitlin Clark, she's just turning the game around. She's trying to get the crowd hype. Skylar Diggins goes out of her way to speed up and bump into Caitlin Clark. Really? Is that really what we're doing? And people can't act like that's a one-off situation. This has been going on over the course of the season. It's not a one-off thing. We all know when people try to come at Michael Jordan, what did niggas do? David Stern had them damn rules changed. When you have a money maker, a key product, and it's not just hype, she actually is talented and her potential is through the roof, they would do whatever they can to protect that product. Skylar Diggins, you need to get with the program. But yeah, the Rookie of the Year debate, it's a done deal. People were trying to make this seem like Angel Reese had a chance. The young lady never had a chance, man. Can we just be honest? People that are actually watching the games, like I'm actually watching the games, evaluating, also looking at statistical output, her rebounds, the double doubles. I mean, that's cool, but look at how Caitlin Clark is impacting her team. They had back-to-back #1 overall picks, man. And they're the 7 seed. They're clear cut ahead in the standings. Where the hell is Monica McNutt? Haven't heard from her since she said that she was gonna give the Rookie of the Year to Angel Reese because of record. Where the hell are you, Monica McNutt? Now Angel Reese, she has continued to have these double doubles, but I want people to start looking at those efficiency splits. She's a big shooting 39% on the season. Caitlin Clark is shooting 41%, and we all know that her shots are farther away from the basket. Can we be fucking serious? We don't even need to talk about Rookie of the Year. That shit is beneath us. Let's start having a conversation about the fucking MVP, because Caitlin Clark is entering those conversations, and she may be a rookie, but it's warranted. A'ja Wilson is the best player in the WNBA right now, but CC is coming, man, and motherfuckers better get with the program.
Yeah, it was a lot of foolishness that I just heard. And let's pump the brakes right here. I think we just kind of need to focus on the fact that Caitlin Clark, she is the front runner to win the Rookie of the Year award. She's kind of running away with it. Angel Reese's performance has not necessarily gone down, but her stocks has definitely gone down. The girl still can't make a layup. And I've been on this for months. You know, it's like, you know, there's a square on the backboard for a reason. You know, try to hit it. And I don't know if she's blind, you know, maybe she ain't playing with her contacts in, she can't see the backboard. I have no clue. Shooting 39% as a big is horrendous, man. I can't even defend that. I understand, you know, watching the finals and you see Jason Tatum shooting like, you know, a low percentage, but like, he's a perimeter player. You're a big, and you're shooting 39% on layups. There was one layup that I saw her take. It was like a reverse layup. She didn't even look at the rim. She just threw it up, flipped it up, and of course it didn't go in. So I'm gonna need Angel Reese. I'm gonna need you to actually watch the pod for once and make some damn layups. You know, I've been saying this for a minute. Make some layups. Otherwise, Caitlin Clark has definitely been running away with the Rookie of the Year award. But let's pump the brakes on the MVP award. She's not better than A'ja Wilson, and she's not getting there anytime soon. I give it 5 years, 3 to 5 years, honestly, because A'ja Wilson is playing at the performance I haven't seen anybody play it as a female. She's honestly giving me AD flashbacks, and I love it. I love it. 27, 12. When have we ever seen a WNBA player put up these numbers so consistently? You know, you'll see her have a game where she puts up 25 points. Next game, she puts up 32. And the boards are always there, and they're efficient. So let's pump the brakes on that. You know, she's not 2, or she's not even close. She's not even close to, you know, MVP. But Caitlin Clark is having a great season, a historic season. You know, walking down that assist record. I wouldn't be surprised if it said it. And I think that's her best asset, in my opinion. You know, people talk about her shooting a lot, and I think her playmaking is her best asset. I think that's been her best asset since I've seen her play in Iowa. I think that's still her best asset. I think she should model her game after Steve Nash. Honestly, more so than Steph Curry, in my opinion, because she's just so well-making playmaker, and she's a great passer. So, you know, that's all I got to say. Malachi, pump those brakes, bro. Pump them. Pump them.
Of course, we made previous videos on Caitlin Clark and the Rookie of the Year race she had with Angel Reese, where Reese was previously favored for it and a lot of people's favorite. But after Caitlin Clark was going on a tear, she was winning games for a team, the Indiana Fever, who as of now are going to make the playoffs if they keep it up. And might I remind you, they haven't made it since 2016. But there should be no more thought that she shouldn't win this. She is continuing to improve, breaking records. She'll be in this league for a long time. And she might even be the face, you know, anytime soon. And when I heard she was second in MVP race, I was like, wow, because it's crazy how she gets so much hate and she's targeted when she is simply just playing the game. You know, she's kind of like KD. She's just out there to hoop. And you see all these other WNBA players, you know, they're showing off with fashion, doing other things, trying to promote themselves. But Caitlin Clark, she just there to hoop. And yet you're seeing in 4K Players are literally running up to her just to rush her. And for what? I mean, game is supposed to recognize game. Am I wrong? She going crazy, and there's supposed to be some type of respect in the game rather than jealousy. But I think CC is doing great things early, and I think a lot of people should start to realize that rather than to hate. A lot of people hate on her because they think she's being praised due to race over this whole Rookie of the Year thing, when, you know, that's not the case. She's just a great athlete, great player, and she's doing great things. And a lot of people should open their eyes and realize that instead of hating. And that's really all I feel and got to say about Caitlin Clark in the Rookie of the Year race, because, I mean, it shouldn't be a debate at this point.
I got to spin the block back on my brother, because my brother CJ, it sounds like he's trying to say that, talking about pumping the brakes. I'm not pumping shit. I'm about to actually accelerate on the gas when it comes to this conversation, because as Jalen alluded to, what we've been saying, we're just being honest. We're just going off of what we're seeing. She's been great. She's been historically great. And as Jalen alluded to, these players hating on her, like Skylar Diggins, what kind of shit is that? Just because I'm great? Just because I'm busting your ass? Like, we're beating you guys. And what people can't do is, they started the season off pretty rough. They lost their first 5 games to start this season. You know, they had injuries. This team is very young. They haven't had a point guard. They had to get used to playing with Caitlin Clark. Like, people are going to look at those turnovers, that high turnover rate. Watch the game. They weren't ready for her passes. They never played with somebody like that. I'm not trying to make this comparison, but I'm going to make it. You look at Magic Johnson rookie season. A lot of those guys, it took a minute for them to get used to playing with Magic because they had never played with a point guard like that. Caitlin Clark has that same type of feel, not in terms of play style, but just with that impact. Everything is going fast, and when you're bad and you get surrounded by somebody that's great, it's gonna make you great. It's gonna take a little bit of an adjusting period, but she's always been a better player than Angel Reese. When Angel Reese used to beat her in college, it was due to Angel Reese being surrounded with a better team. Go back to those Iowa teams. Can anybody name me the second best player on those teams? You can't do it. But those teams were able to go deep into the national tournament due to Caitlin Clark. She's just an impactful player. I do like the comparison with Steve Nash. I think that's very apt. Her scoring is only going to increase as she gets more familiar and comfortable with the game. She's also not just shooting, is kind of disrespectful to her all-around game. She's taking these chicks to the basket. So she's developing, you know, more physicality, getting and ones. I feel like every time I watch her play, she drives to the basket and getting and one. So they can't check her. The handle is crazy. The passing is nasty. So it's going to actually be scary in the coming seasons. I think that she'll probably be averaging a double-double very, very soon. I don't really think that we're too far ahead of ourselves by having this conversation. I think that we're just kind of highlighting what we're seeing. So look at those odds, CJ. I mean, second in MVP, the odd makers, those people in Vegas, they know what they're doing. They know that in terms of impact, that's what she has. And I just want people to go back to that. Caitlin Clark has broken the WNBA video. I showed you guys what the financials look like. I showed you guys what the attendance looks like across the league. When Caitlin Clark is playing, you're getting 17,000+ people in attendance. When she's not, average is 7,000. Come on now, you got to keep it a beam. We got to be real. That's value. When you go to your job, ladies and gentlemen, you talk to your boss and you inquire your boss about a raise, your boss is going to be like, how are you adding value? Value is determined by what? Money. Come on now. It's about money. It's about dollars. Caitlin Clark sells. And as Jalen said, you know, these chicks, they focused on, you know, they off the court game or whatever like that. All, you know, all that shit cool. Caitlin Clark just here to get these buckets. And she's still making more money than people off the court. So what does that say about you, WNBA players? I'm not even focused on off the court, and I'm still making more money than you off the court. It's crazy. Drop the race stuff. The white girl can hoop. That's all I got to say, man. Y'all keep on checking in, tuning into these videos, because as Caitlin Clark continues to do more historical things, we will continue to drop more videos about it. Why? Because she's her. She's important. She's a factor. She has motion. I doubt if you'll see us talking about another WNBA player dedicating a whole video to that player. Is it because these ladies aren't great? No. Is it because, frankly, niggas don't give a shit? Niggas give a shit about Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry.